It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and we're starting a brand new year today, January 1st, 1993. I said a couple weeks ago that this was going to be the Time About the Movies weekend where I put out a number of episodes over the course of a couple of days. But as you know, I was in Orlando last week. I did a video today showing everything I bought, and then I had some other things to do around here. I sold some stuff on eBay over the week that I finally had to put together. Mail is put in packages and send out to people, and just other things kept getting in the way. So unfortunately, we're not going to do that this week. But what we are going to do is we're going to hold off on the Time About the Movies weekend until next month, the week before the Comic-Con. So I will do it around then. But starting today, there's going to be new episodes posted every single day. We're not going to take that Saturday break anymore. We're just going to keep churning out these episodes every single day until we get through. It's for the foreseeable future. This was something I was kind of waiting to do in the new year, but figured why not do it now since I'm already going to be behind on what I was planning on doing. So there you go. We're just going to do this one at a time. We're not even going to do the 1992 Leftovers episode, which is something that I've been doing the last couple of times. We'll do it another time, but I just want to get this out of the way right now so I can get back on track here. We're only going to look at one movie today, and that is the biggest new release that came out this weekend, and that is George Miller's drama starring Nick Nolte and Susan Sarandon, and that movie is Lorenzo's Oil. So this is based on a true story about this kid who ends up getting adrenoleukodystrophy, which is basically it's a disease linked to the X chromosome, a result of fatty acid buildup caused by acid beta oxidation, and the symptoms that it causes. It results in seizures, hyperactivity, buildup causes damage in the shell of the nerves of the brain. Other symptoms including problems in speaking, listening, and understanding verbal instructions. This is just stuff I'm looking up here because I really didn't know anything too much about this particular disease until I looked up this movie. And it is a rare disease. You're basically following the story based on the true story of the people who had searched for a cure for the disease of this, Augusto and Michaela O'Done, and that led to the development of Lorenzo's Oil. So, I mean, judging by this, you can kind of pretty much tell what kind of a movie this is going to be. This is kind of like kind of an Oscar baitish type of film that you would expect from this time of the year, but honestly, for what this movie is, it's a really well done movie. I mean, it is a very Oscar baitish type film, but a good kind of Oscar baitish type film. The type of movie that actually earns everything that they're trying to sell to you. It isn't like a movie that's trying to force these things on you, like it's trying to force an emotion out of you. Like, every emotion that this movie delivers here is definitely earned. This is a movie that earns every single emotional moment here, and it's mostly because of the performances involved. Nick Nolte is great in this movie. I think Susan Sarandon does a pretty good job in this movie. The young kid who plays Lorenzo, Zach O'Malley Greensburg, he's pretty good in the movie too. This has a really good cast. You got Peter Ustinov, Gary Bauman from Home Alone, Catherine Wilhold, Margot Martindale, James Rebhorn, Laura Linney's in here. Just an overall solid cast overall. And like I said, the movie earns every bit of emotion that it gives in this movie. It never feels like a film that's forcing the emotions on you like most Oscar baitish movies type do. And it is just a well-made movie overall. It's a very good movie. It tells a very interesting story that has a lot of situations where you want to watch this and you want to know what's going to happen to these people that are involved in the story. And it does a very good job living up to that. I think it does a very good job of giving you everything you expect from this movie. I mean, let's put it this way. You know how back then you used to see commercials for these movies and then you would have them in a screening room or a movie theater talking about their experience about the movie? Usually your first thought is, okay, how much is the studio paying you to say all these things? And second thing you'd be thinking to yourself is this really earnest? Like, are you actually praising the movie for this? Or, again, is somebody paying you to say this type of stuff? And like I said before, man, I think those reactions are honestly. Like, I think, like, when you hear those people talk about the way they felt about this movie, it feels like it's very formulaic, but honestly, when you watch the movie itself, you can kind of believe everything they're saying there. So I guess this is one of those few times where they actually did kind of get it right. And for George Miller, this is the first movie he's made outside of his normal territory. Like, this is the guy that did the Mad Max movies. This is the guy that did the Twilight Zone movies. And he did The Witches of Eastwick before this. So he had a very specific directing style to him that was going to be interesting to see if he could adapt to a more serious film like this as he tries to go for an Academy Award, which, in a way, it did kind of work. And unfortunately, he hasn't really done a whole lot more dramas after this one. It's been mostly back to kind of the genre stuff, like the Babe movies and the Happy Feet movies, and even going back to Mad Max, and even his most recent film, which was 3,000 Years of Longing, was his most original film he had done in a while, but at the same time, it still very much felt like a genre type of a film. And I haven't seen that movie yet, though. I do want to check it out, though. But yeah, overall, watching this movie, I can honestly say that the movie, I think, very much deserves every bit of praise that it got back then. It's a movie that doesn't feel like it's forcing the emotional moments on you. Everything feels like it's very earned. It's a movie that feels like everything it's doing it for a reason. And it works because of the casting for it. It works because the story is so interesting. It works on so many levels that it's kind of hard to really talk smack over, because it's an earnest movie. It's a movie that deserves everything that it gives you, and it delivers on everything it promises you. So, there you go. That's pretty much my whole thoughts on Lorenzo's Oil. So, on that note, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. Next time we meet, we'll delve into January 8th with one new release, the cult classic Leprechaun. So, we'll delve into that one next time. Until then, though, thank you very much for watching. And as I said, we're going to be doing this now every single day. So, every single day you're going to get a new episode. So, be on the lookout for that. If you want to see more videos like this, check out the playlist on the next page. Check out the previous episode. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. And until then, as always, take care.